It uses AmigaOS 4.1. I've opened up a few windows on it right now just to give you a look and see its capabilities. It moves Windows very because it's using a PowerPC processor going at a big, where is it? A big 1.2 gigahertz, which is kind of slow for a PowerPC processor. Now, if you wanted a faster AmigaOne, you could buy a faster AmigaOne, the X5000, but that's $3,200. I said, nah, I don't want to pay $3,200. So this was roughly $1,500 US for me to get this system. And I got it from Europe. You order it from Belgium or Luxembourg. And I didn't get the full system because if you got the full system from Belgium, Luxembourg, it would cost even more because they give you a box, a tower box, and they give you a power supply. I said, no, I could save costs by getting my own little box from right here, which was just a $50 box, and I got my own power supply, Lee something, from Santa Clara. The power supply was only $110 US, so I saved some money just by having my own equipment, buying my own equipment here in California, where I'm from. So let's take a look at some of its capabilities here. So I have already run the Drystone figure here, Drystone number 2, that measures the speed of this thing. So it says it is going at MIPS, Drystone MIPS, millions of instructions per second. It says 678. Okay, so Drystone MIPS is not quite the same as what you see in other measurements, but you get a rough idea that this is faster than a regular Amiga 4000 running at, with a 040 on here. So we're going to get off of this here. Let me close out all these windows here that I have. And the first thing we've popped up here is utilities, and you can see the utilities are roughly the same as you would get in AmigaOS 3.1 or 3.2. So, but with some new additions here. We have like the A1222 Plus mixer. There's AmiDVD. There's AmiGS, AmiPDF. We have a few different things here. Candy, which has not been implemented yet. So, but it's sitting there ready to be implemented. Directory Opus, good old Directory Opus, is still the same, has not been updated for OS 4.1. GhostScript, Notepad, we have SDL2, SDL3, Simple Direct Media Layer, I believe it is, for games, XDoc, a few other utilities that are relatively the same. Icon Edit. We're going to close out of utilities. We have the good old trash can over here. If you click on System, you have some new things here, like there's Ami Update or the Grim Reaper. So you don't get a guru anymore. The Grim Reaper comes on and says, incompatibility. Kill the program or not. So yeah, that's what the Grim Reaper does. We have a media toolbox, a mounter. Oh, the new one, NGF check. So the AmigaOne A1222 plus the X5000, the more expensive X5000, they use a new file system called NGFS, which is next gen or new generation file system. So it's different than the older file systems used by previous Amigas. We have Python here, we have Updater. Let's click out of that. We have good old storage, and here's good old storage with various data types, DOS drivers, key maps, monitors, but I'm just using this high-res monitor here. So we're getting a full 1920 by 1080 picture here. Let's see, net interfaces and printers. And the printers have not been updated. No one is updating the printers very much. for AmigaOS after all these years. So the printers are still the same. I think the most compatible thing you can do is, go to a PostScript printer and see if the PostScript printer will work with your Amiga. Just if you really want to connect a printer to your Amiga. So we'll click out of that there. We don't need to see that anymore. Let's click out of that. There we go. We'll go to purchases. Let's go to prefs. Here we have the same kind of prefs that we had with previous AmigaOS versions, except these prefs are a little bit different. Like we have Amisphere, Amiga Input, which monitors whether you've connected a joypad or a mouse to your Amiga. I have not figured out how to adjust prefs. I'm not an expert on OS 4.1. So I have not figured out the method of how to connect a second controller to the AmigaOne A1222 Plus, so that I could have two-player games. So right now it's just the one controller and a mouse. If you could maybe control the game with a mouse, which is not always right. We have here, some other we have good old data types and def icons and the palette and the GUI font, Picasso 96 mode, different screens, the time, of course, time zone, workbench startup, very important. Let's click out prefs. We go to music. So music is over here in these drawers here. It can easily play, well, no, it cannot easily play. I tried to drop in AIFF files in here and tried to play them off the Amiga, AmigaOne, and it seems I can't do that, so we'll get out of that. Let's try mods. It easily plays mods. So if you click on a mod, it pops up this screen, and you play your music. Yes, a 1980s beat. There you go. Beverly Hills Cop. With, or the beat of a Beverly Hills Cop movie with Eddie Murphy. Oh, okay, that's enough now. So yes, it will easily play mods with no problem. It'll easily play MP3s with no problem. Let's try an MP3. Let's try this one. And again, it pops up the same multi-viewer interface here. Play. What kind of sampling is that? Okay. So let's get out of that. Oops. Let's try. I have not been successful in playing SID music, good old Commodore 64 SID music, through the Amiga. I've tried various players, and I haven't gotten an Amiga SID player to work on this machine. At least not under OS 4.1. However, we have sound effects, and all of these files came from one of my Vampire Amigas. So I just grabbed the file off the hard drive of the Vampire and dropped it over here into the AmigaOne. Because when you buy the AmigaOne A1222 Plus, it doesn't come with all this music. It doesn't come with all these other little bits and pieces like videos or pictures. You have to add them in drawers. So let's hear some sound effects. Here's an MP3 sound effect. Short timpani. Here it goes. Did you hear that? Yeah, kind of. We need more bass through the speakers. Okay, well, not too good. Let's try a different sound effect. Soft vibes. Okay, vibes. A xylophone. Yeah. Okay. It will do waves, so it'll easily play waves. Here's a sample wave. Play. That's it. Sample wave. So no problem running those. Let's go to something else. We'll go to videos, and usually I show the Babylon 5 Severed Dreams video. So it will do. I mean, the AmigaOne A1222 Plus will play videos if they are MP4s or MPEG files, MPG files. These MP4s have to be in a H.265 format, or is it H.264 format? Because when I try and do a straight MP4, the video player stutters. So to play one of these videos, you click on our X dock down here. Let me see, let me find my video player. Here it is. DV player. Click on that. There's the DV player window. And then you drop your file, your MP4 file, which H.265 file, onto the video player. It automatically goes. There we go.
Damage report. Damage to all sectors. They're still fighting in Brown sector. Get some more troops down there. Hull integrity? Not good. EVA team's en route. It's a good thing this stopped when it did. We couldn't take much more. Oh, no.
There we go. Lightwave stuff.
This is Captain Craig to Babylon 5. You are ordered to surrender and prepare to be boarded by order of President Clark.
Captain. Jump points forming right on top of us. How many? 4.
This is Ambassador Delenn of the Minbari. Babylon 5 is under our protection. Withdraw. Be destroyed.
Negative. We have authority here. Do not force us to engage your ship.
Why not? Only one human captain has ever survived battle with the Minbari fleet. He is behind me. You are in front of me. If you value your lives, be somewhere else.
And there they go. Chickens, cowards.
All ships. Turn to base.
End the video. Okay. So yes, it does fairly well playing the video. There is a little bit of slight amount of stuttering, but maybe it's because of the slower processor. Maybe if I had an X5000 with 1 gigahertz more processing power, it would play a little more smoothly than that. But I'm happy with it. Oh yes, so the A1222 Plus does not come with an FPU in it. It has what it's called a soft FPU. So if you have anything that needs a lot of processing power, like graphics programs that have to figure out a lot of polygons, well, the A1222 Plus will slow down on that. If you had an X5000, no problem, because it has a full FPU. Okay, let's keep on going here. So we have other files on here, like other drawers, like MUI drawer, with all our presets and demos and things like that. We have miscellaneous. Oh yeah. So miscellaneous. I've gone to os4depot.net to find OS4 native programs that'll run on the A1222 Plus, and I've gone through so many of them, dozens and dozens of them, that will try and run on this A1222 Plus. Now the A1222 Plus has a different architecture than older OS4 machines. Older OS4 machines started what, in 2004, 2005, and they were not considering like a graphics card. Like this thing has a graphics card, a Rainier RX 550 graphics card in it. So they were not considering newer machines, so the older programs will not run on this newer machine, but I found a few. Like over here, under miscellaneous, we have things like Star Trek characters, Star Trek schematics, Star Trek rooms, Star Trek ships, miscellaneous. There you go. But the most variation, there we go. Let's see. The most variation I have found is in the games. So we have games here. I've separated these into drawers here. Now I have native games that will run under OS 4.1, and then we have these games that I've entitled WHD Load and ADF. This is where I put the older games in, like OS 3.1 or 3.0 compliant games that will run under OS 4.1. For example, all these WHD Load games here that are separated into action, adventure, bat and ball, beat 'em up, kids games, pinball, platform, racing, shoot 'em up, sports strategy games. All of these run under OS 3.1, and they run under emulation because OS 4.1 in this machine, the A1222 Plus, it does not have real chips, real Amiga chips in it. OS 3.1 is emulated inside the machine. So if you want to run one of these games, you have to run it under OS 3.1. And it'll shift over from 4.1 to 3.1. 3.1. So let's try one of these games here. I'm going to start up, let's try a action game. Action game. Okay. Let me think. Deluxe Galaga UAE? Sure. Okay, so I've set these to run, hopefully to run under UAE. If not, you click under the X dock here and you manually turn on UAE, and then it'll understand that the next program it loads in, or what it identifies as a universal Amiga emulated program, it will run then. So let's try Deluxe Galaga. There it is, Deluxe Galaga, and we click here, and it says, please insert volume CoPaca in any drive. And we're going, okay, it's looking for a volume CoPaca, but there is no volume CoPaca in my machine. So I just cancel out. Cancel. Keep canceling. Keep canceling out that. There we go. And now it's going to load up the 3.1 screen. Yes, cancel again. Yes, I don't want to use any volume CoPaca. Cancel. 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 There you go. And we have an emulated disk drive sound. We have here the 3.1 workbench. We have Deluxe Galaga Stardew, AGA. So there we are. So the Amiga one does come with Amiga Kickstart ROMs from the classic machines. Specifically, it comes with 1.3, 3.1, and some of the CD32 ROMs also. It does not have any 3.2 ROMs inside of it. Okay, play. And here we are. So we have a 3.1 game played here. Warp. Shoot. Pick up that power up. Oh, destroyed. What a gamer I am, which is not a very good gamer. The compatibility of the Amiga AmigaOne A1222 Plus with 3.1 games, a lot of them will work with A1222 Plus under emulation. Some of them will not work. So you just have to try it out and see if your game will run under A1222 Plus under this 3.1 emulation. So I'm going to get out of the game. To get out of the game, you push Alt-N, which will drop you back to the screen again, to the desktop, the 4.1 desktop. Here we are. We're back to the 4.1 desktop. You can still hear the music playing. That is because, let's see, in the background, you have the game still playing back there. Wow. So by pushing Alt-M, I should say, by pushing Alt-M, you can go back to your game. Pushing Alt-N, you go back to your desktop here. So that'll just keep on going until you load the next game. Okay, now close out of that, close out of it. Oops, I've closed too many menus. Get back to my main menu here. Here we are. So also we have devs, we have demos, and later on this afternoon I will give a presentation on some demos, full screen demos that I found to run under A1222 Plus. No one seems to be developing demos to run under 4.1 these days. I mean, the last demos that I've looked at were developed around 2014, so no one seems to be developing any new demos in 2025 to run under OS 4.1. Maybe because the user base is so small. I'm going to turn that down. The first run of A1222 Pluses have been sold out. The first run of production boards have been sold out, and that was approximately 88 boards, if I'm correct. So 88 boards times $1,500 each, you get an idea of how much that would cost for the first production run. So AmigaOS is working on their second production run now, so you could still buy the A1222 Plus. It'll still cost a lot of money. Again, with the changes with tariffs, I don't know how that is affecting the price of the A1222 Plus. So I keep thinking the price will be higher because of tariff changes between the United States and Europe. I don't know. I'm going to stop right there. Are there any questions that you guys have about the A1222 Plus and OS 4.1? Yes?
What generation of PowerPC is it?
It is specifically a PowerPC P1022 32-bit core, dual core, running at 1.2 gigahertz. Even though it is a dual core processor, AmigaOS 4.1 in its current state cannot access that second core, even though they've been trying for the last year or year and a half or 2 years to try and access the second core. It's Stephen Soley has been working on it, and he said as of the last AmiWest show, he said that it keeps crashing on him. So hopefully he'll get the second core working on the machine. Any other questions about the AmigaOne A1222 Plus?
You said there's limited demo development. Are people writing applications for it? Is there software? What are the passions of the community on it?
Right now, what I see at os4depot.net are a lot of utilities.
Okay.
So I don't see a lot of games. There is one person who has released, if I can find it quickly, where is it? Oh, under graphics, and I did not show graphics. He has released, if I can see it correctly, where is it? Oh, 3D Converter. And 3D Converter is a program that will take files, and this is an OS 4.1 native program. Wait a minute. Let's see. Here it goes. So this is a native program that you run, and what it does, it takes a file system, a file from a different computer, a graphics file or an object, and converts it to another file, to another computer's file. So For example, let's see if let me load in something through 3D converter. Let's see, file, open. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see if I could find some objects to load in. Objects, where are you? Uh-oh. No. Let's go back to the parent directory. Parent directory. Ah yeah, here we are. Graphics. Oh yeah. 3D converter and files, sample models. Let's try that. Strike fighters. Let's load that thing. Okay, let's see if it will display it. Okay, it's thinking. Project one object. Uh-oh, it's thinking too long. Uh-oh. Not calculated yet. Uh-oh. Not calculated. Uh-oh, I've loaded in the wrong object. Oh, there it is. So we have here an object of, looks like an F-85 or F-86 fighter jet. And very slowly, this does not have an FPU in it, so very slowly it will rotate the object, but this program is not meant to be a full-fledged renderer. Let's see if I can go into rotation. Oh, come on. Rotate. Calculate scenes, flip, export. No, I don't want to do that. Scene rotation. Ooh. Scene. Auto rotate. Got it. Okay. Well, hopefully it's auto rotated, but it will rotate. There it goes. So it's rotating very slowly because it doesn't have a full FPU in it. I suppose if I had an X5000, it would rotate it very much more quickly. But it's rotating it. It says it has 21,000 vertices, 122 objects, 7,000 polygons. So you can take this file here and convert it to a different kind of file to be used with a different program. Let me see. File, save as. Let's see. Come on. Where's my save as menu? Oh, it's not showing. Oh, here it comes. So you can save this file under other formats. Let's see. Click. Come on, click. It's not clicking. Oh, here it is. So we have all these other ways to save it. You could save it as a demo. You could save it as a demo. Come on. 3D dudes. 3D environment program complex. 3D environment program simple. What? So all of these other formats that I know nothing about. 3D Studio. 3D Studio Max ASCII scene. So again, it is mostly a converter, just to convert to other formats. 3D View. It's slow. Okay, I'm clicking and it is not moving. Oh, there we are. 3D Edit, 3D Viewer, 3D Workshop, 3D Virtual Reality Room. So it has dozens and dozens of other formats that you can save it under. Get out of the save as. Get out of the save as. Come on. Action, please. Cancel. There. Okay. So this program here, 3D Converter, is regularly being updated every month or so. So he has updates for this program. He's just adding more formats with which you can convert from one file format to a different file format. Again, I don't know of anyone working on just scene demos for OS 4.1, or at least not lately, not since 2014 or so. Yes?
Do you know if this version, or did you say the 5000 that supports the FPU, if either of those support AltiVec extensions?
AltiVec? No, I don't know about that.
I was just Googling around. It doesn't look like it does.
Oh, okay.
It has an alternate set of
But
extensions.
it has some sort of SIMD, or?
it has some sort of acceleration. I don't know the details. I'm sorry, I was just Googling for it because I was curious myself.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks guys. You can play around with the machine.